Browns are making their apparent quarterback news this week. I believe Kevin Stefanski said that after the preseason contest with the Browns. Boy, I wished Shedeur was healthy so we could see how he's following up. You know,
man, we talked about that all last week, especially with the Miz here. Obviously, a huge Browns fan. Just a bummer that the momentum from week one got kind of derailed.
I still don't think, no matter it, Shedeur, again, that game went down just before I left for my week off. He looked really, really smooth and good and making smart decisions. Mm-hmm. And great arm strength, great accuracy. And I don't believe, even if Shedeur was able to perform in this last preseason game, he still wouldn't have been the starter of this team. I believe it's going to be Flacco. At the end of the day, they will go with Joe Flacco. The question is how are they going to keep 4 quarterbacks on their roster? Because Dillon Gabriel did look good, although if Shedeur had the turnovers that Gabriel had, people would have been sending him to Canada.
Factual.
That said, the only thing I think Shedeur has accomplished with what he did against the Panthers is I believe it accomplished him to say, I hear all the noise and I'm going to either silence it or I'm going to use it. And I think he did both. And I think he proved he can play in this league. And I know it's preseason action, but let's not forget the manner in which he was born into this league and the manner in which he spent the first few weeks in camp. But I think what he accomplished is that whoever is playing quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in the regular season will get booed until he starts. I think
interesting.
That is what he accomplished. Whether it's merited or not. And I think Flacco, though, can silence the boos more than any of them because of what he did when he was comeback player of the year a few years ago. And plus, I think he still got it. And that's why I think he's going to be the starter there. And the whole Dillon Gabriel business of what he said on the sidelines during this preseason contest. I believe he was talking with Aditi Kinkhabwala, my longtime colleague at the NFL Network, about how he handles all of the conversations involving him in a competition with Shedeur and obviously Kenny Pickett, who didn't play either, and Flacco. This is what he had to say in response.
It's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but, it's something that I'll get used to and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
Okay. And, of course, everybody thought when he said there's entertainers and then there's competitors that he was referring to himself as a competitor. And Shedeur Sanders is the entertainer. So he was asked to clarify or put more meat on the bones. This is what he had to say.
All you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said before. I'm all about our team, you know what I mean, and each other. I would never make that, and I've said it before. That's why it's interesting. But for me, I've explained it. Entertainers are you all, competitor. That's what I am, and all my teammates, and we both have jobs to do. So that's it.
There you go. You buy it? You like it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. TJ?
Not at all.
You think he was referring to Shedeur?
I don't know, but that like excuse or that reasoning just doesn't sound like you're the entertainers, and I don't know. I
think what he's saying is that the conversations that we have here on the show like this or others are the ones who are trying to get clicks or, viewership or listenership or aggregation, and that's the entertainment part of it. and he's just competing, and so he blocks out the noise. And then maybe it's more a reflection of those who thought he was referring to Shedeur about their thoughts on Shedeur than his knowledge of how hard Shedeur works, which I think he's got a front row seat to, don't you think? I mean, that kid just doesn't show up against the Panthers and look like that just because he's rolling footballs out. And again, it's just like, hey, Shedeur is just, didn't look like they got against Carolina because that's all he does is just play by the seat of his pants. There's no preparation involved. There's no neck up ability. There's no nothing. And I'm sure he knows different, Dillon. But if he is referring to me as an entertainer, all I have to say about that is hit it.
Like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
What does that mean?
I make you laugh.
Is that what he means by me being an entertainer?
Well, we do have a segment called Residual Rich. So, kind of.
Well, that's my acting.
Well, I'm saying that makes you an entertainer.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
Social accounts
Clown, I amuse you.
cut the clip without the question. Aditi had framed it as Dillon explained it afterwards. So it's really all the entertainment accounts created this narrative in the first place.
So it's
to drive the engagement to their accounts.
Making Dillon's point.
Right. It worked. They made their entertainment point, and Dillon's like, look, man, we're all competitors.
At the end of the day, this is all just sitting around.
So dumb.
It's just us sitting around waiting for Browns hosting the Bengals. And who's going to be the starter? I believe it's going to be Flacco. The question is, how are you going to keep all four?
Can't.
Well, I mean, you could put one on a practice squad.
Well, they have
you
to
can
clear
lose that
waivers
person. I know that.
Yeah.
And that ain't going to happen.
Someone will
do
get
that.
claimed.
I mean, and Pickett hasn't played a lick.
Yeah, he's the guy I feel kind of the most bad for.
But you're not going to have
He has
old
an
man
opportunity
Flacco and two rookies, though. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Seems that's
You
not the
can't
best
do that.
strategy.
You can't do that.
Seems like not a good strategy.
You can't do that. Like if Flacco gets blown up by Trey Hendrickson, wait a minute, gets blown up by Shamar Stewart because he looks like Burrow.
A little taller.
And yeah, that's true. I can't believe that story either. But what are you going to throw? You're going to throw in Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur in week one? No,
I would not.
You're not.
recommend
So
that.
you got to keep Pickett.
Yeah.
And then the question is, who's third and fourth in the depth chart, and what is that going to do for their development? I guess that's the story, really.
And you're not going to have four active, so one of those guys is going to be inactive each game.
Yeah.
So it's then that's a story.
And then
Shedeur's inactive. No, Dillon's inactive.
But the story is like, but you could, now you're going to be shy, maybe a backup lineman or a backup corner or
Right.
or a special teams person because you've
got four quarterbacks. And then what if
that's the question.
And then what if in November Deshaun Watson gets cleared? Then what?
I mean, although you know what, none of that really is about competition, Chris. It's about entertaining. It's true. We got to get Dillon back on here and say, what do you mean by that?
And we're entertainers, so we get it.
Like I'm a clown, I amuse
I
you.
understand. Did he tell us to get our shine box?
Joey Bats.
I don't think so.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.